It's very client, family, and child centered. It's going to set you up in the future to be able to work together as co-parents. It's also very private and confidential. You're not airing your dirty laundry in the court system. You're able to keep some semblance of control over your own life moving forward post-divorce.
Can a collaborative divorce make a difficult situation less painful? We're going to talk with attorney Erin Leake about that on today's Ask the Lawyer segment. Thanks for joining us, Erin.
Thanks for having me.
First and foremost, what is collaborative divorce in Texas specifically?
So, collaborative divorce in Texas is a different process than the traditional litigation divorce. It allows divorcing couples to have a creative and confidential process outside of court.
What is the actual process for collaborative divorce, and do attorneys need to be specifically trained for this?
So I'll answer your second question first. Attorneys do need to be specifically trained to handle collaborative divorces in Texas, or at least in order to do a good job in doing so. There are several organizations that provide that training. My training was provided through Collaborative Divorce Texas. And then to your first question, the process is very different from a traditional divorce through the court system. Both clients would have to opt into the collaborative process. At that point, the attorneys create a team. That team includes a neutral financial advisor and a neutral mental health professional. Those two people are very important and very different from the normal divorce process. The financial advisor helps with the property division, and then the mental health professional can help just with the normal issues that arise during a divorce and also help with any kid issues that we have. Using those two neutrals and the attorneys, we will have meetings with all parties involved in order to negotiate a settlement agreement. And that's how it's pretty different than a normal divorce where we're maybe negotiating between the attorneys or we're going to court to have the court make a decision for us.
And speaking of finances, is it true that this could potentially be cheaper or no?
So it depends. So there are certainly some collaborative divorce cases that are going to be much less expensive than a high conflict litigation case. And then there may be some times where the collaborative divorce case might be more expensive monetarily. But I will say that I believe in the collaborative process is setting you up for a much smoother future as a family. That mental health professional can delve into issues that maybe the courts aren't going to want to do and root out problems that may arise in the future. So I think it's going to limit the cost overall monetarily, but also the cost to your family going through a traditional divorce process.
Sure. It sounds like it's a bit easier on the front end to start that way. Can you tell me what the difference is between collaborative divorce and mediation?
Yes. So mediation is a tool that we use in a regular traditional divorce case where the court is going to require parties to mediate before going to trial. So mediation is a one-day event in which the attorneys come with their clients and we have a neutral mediator that will go between the rooms in order to help negotiate a settlement agreement. Collaborative divorce is different in that we have others assisting us, like the financial neutral and the mental health neutral, and we have a series of meetings in which we try to reach a settlement agreement.
Got it. And you alluded to some of the benefits overall for collaborative divorce, but can you talk about areas where that might not work? Are there situations where you would not recommend it?
I would say maybe in an instance where there has been domestic violence, sometimes that can tip the scales in one favor. It Collaborative divorce is very client focused. It's what they want to be doing, and so if we're having a large power imbalance between the two spouses, that might not be appropriate for collaborative divorce.
Sure. What happens if it does not work? Can the parties agree to move forward with a standard divorce with the same attorneys?
So if it doesn't work, if you decide to still get divorced, you're still going to be moving through a standard divorce through the court system. You are not able to use the same attorneys if you're going to do a court divorce that you do with collaborative divorce. You'll have to find a new set of attorneys to help you with that.
Great insight. And why should anybody specifically consider a collaborative divorce in the state of Texas overall?
So I think that it's very client, family, and child centered. It's going to set you up in the future to be able to work together as co-parents. It's also very private and confidential. You're not airing your dirty laundry in the court system. You're able to keep some semblance of control over your own life moving forward post-divorce.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. Erin Leake, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate your insight. And if you want to ask specific questions about your own specific situation, call the number there on your screen. Thanks for watching Ask the Lawyers. I'm Christine Haas.